Hello and welcome to Plus Sports on PlusTvAfrica. My name is Mikhail Tinubu and I'm happy to welcome you to another Wednesday filled with sports news from around the world to entertain you, to educate you, and to definitely keep boredom away. Now, we always like to start in Nigeria, at minimum, in Africa. And there's something interesting that did happen in Nigeria recently, something worth taking an interest in. Of course, on the international scene, we're still seeing plenty of fallout on sports from the invasion of Ukraine. And we will talk some more on that very soon. Now, I have with me Sheun Ajidagba, the estimable analyst on all things sports.
Mika, it's a pleasure, and I don't think that compliment is meant for him. That compliment is meant for God Almighty, the giver of knowledge.
Yes, it is. It is true. But he through some of us, he does pick some great personalities to educate the rest of us. Now, Sheun, I know you might be on the move.
I can hear you perfectly well.
All right. I'm very grateful for joining us today. Now, we'll start with Polo. I know it's not the usual suspect, but the Chief of Naval Staff, C.N.S, Vice Admiral Awal Gambo, has lauded the development of the game of polo in Nigeria, stating the game will help Nigerian Navy officers build camaraderie capable of strengthening the nation's defense. Admiral Gambo made the declaration at the maiden Chief of Naval Staff Cup, which ended late at the Lagos Polo Club, Ikoyi, Lagos. He explained that the competition is another unique opportunity given to the Navy to further contribute to the growth and development of the equestrian sport in Nigeria. Admiral Gambo thanked the president of the Lagos Polo Club, Ayo Olashoju, and other executive members for instituting the C.N.S Cup as one of the trophies to be competed for in the club. The C.N.S said it was in 2021 that the Nigerian Navy was introduced to the game of polo by the Nigerian Army's 21st Guard Brigade Polo Club.
Still has to go for that ball. He takes it neck. Well, the ball deflected away out of the pitch to the right, the back line of the field. On the defense, it's Jamilu Chicago changes the direction of the ball, finds Nura, and the swings and missed it. And look at that. From the hands of Ashraf Yahya. Ashraf Yahya lifted the ball, going close to the game out. And look at that. Oh, he backs it. And that loose ball. The number one man, Adaye. And Commander, this a goal. Adebayo Karim. Guest number 7 goal. For Team Ibadan Durante Food.
Well, when it comes to sports, when it comes to anything really, once the military takes an interest in it, it usually takes to another level of expertise, of investment. Is that what we can expect with polo in Nigeria? Because it is a sport that has been traditionally played in country clubs around the country for the elites. And it is a sport of kings from times past. But how much of an interest do you think Nigerians can actually take in such a sport? Sheun. Well, it seems Sheun is lost to us temporarily. So, we'll move on. Now, of course, I told you earlier there's still plenty of fallout taking place on the international scene in regards to the events in Ukraine. we call it an event, but really it is a catastrophe. Tyson Fury admits he is not concerned that Dillian Whyte refused to show up to the press conference of their upcoming fight, because it doesn't matter who the opponent is when they fight the Gypsy King. The 34-year-old likened the match up with a body snatcher to a Ferrari racing a Vauxhall Corsa, believing he will smash Whyte to bits. Fury also joked that he has given his opponent a new nickname, Frillian Whyte-Knickers. The heavyweight, who has had mental health issues of his own, believes his greatest achievement in life is that he has been able to save others from committing suicide. Now, in regards to the war in Ukraine, many sports personalities who are Ukrainian have actually abandoned their day jobs and enlisted in Ukraine. Alexander Usyk, for example, the current heavyweight champion, has decided to leave the belt behind and possibly could end up losing that belt to Joshua by default. We don't know where that particular story will develop to next, but it is an interesting one. And I want you to remember that also the legendary Ukrainian boxers, the Klitschko brothers, have also signed up for the military. And even the now former manager of the Sheriff Club, who beat Real Madrid incredibly in the group stages of the Champions League, has also left his position to sign up for the Ukrainian military. And now the WBC heavyweight champion Tyson Fury says he'd be the first to sign up and fight for Ukraine if England were involved. The British fighter praised Vladimir and Vitaly Klitschko, Alexander Usyk and Vasily Lomachenko for joining the Ukrainian military following the Russian invasion. Promoter Frank Warren added that everyone should get behind Ukraine, hailing the four boxers as magnificent. Of course, he's a sports personality, a celebrity, and that might mean that a lot of what they do say and do are just antics for the television screen. But I do have Sheon with me back to discuss this. Sheon.
Yes, Mikael, thank you very much once again. The Gypsy King knows how to talk 3 times of boxing. And he said after the 1823 showdown against Dillian Whyte, he wants to spend time with his family. Don't forget that the Gypsy King on 2 occasions defeated Deontay Wilder. One ended in a controversial draw. So he holds that belt. Even sometimes last year, he told Anthony Joshua that why don't you step down? Allow me to face Usyk and destroy Usyk. So I have all the 4 belts with me. The IBF, WBA, WBO, and WBC. So we can then now face each other. Because based on what I saw between you and Usyk, if we go for the rematch, there is nothing to suggest that you can get those belts back. But the world wants to see the 2 British go head on. I'm talking about Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. So instead, for you not to taint your reputation, step down, collect money, let me fight you on your behalf and collect the belt, and the 2 of us can then now face on.
But there's so much. There's so much money at stake with these bouts. The bid for the purse has just recently been approved, and Tyson Fury won, and is going to take 80% of the purse, while Whyte will have to accept just the 20%. If Joshua were to step aside and allow such a fight to go ahead with Tyson and Usyk, he would be losing out on significant money, even if he were the loser, taking away just 20%.
Like I rightly said, everybody is looking towards Fury and Joshua. But you don't have to disrespect Dillian Whyte. And I think the Gypsy King is slightly distracted. And when I mean the slight distraction is that when he hears speak, he's speaking like April 23rd is already in the bag. And I need to forget about any other person. But hey, you have somebody in front of you, the money is good. He's even saying every available money I'm going to get from this fight with Frillian Whyte. But the sticking point is what will be his share when he wants to face off with Anthony Joshua. If that fight will still happen and Tyson Fury does not change his mind. Don't forget, I think not the first time Tyson Fury will be telling us he's retiring before he picks the gloves again and gets into the ring. So I'm not taking this very seriously with Tyson Fury. He's a good boxer, but you can also call him a comedian.
All right. Back to the consequences and fallout from the Ukrainian invasion by Russia on sports. World Athletics on Tuesday joined a growing list of sporting bodies to ban Russian and Belarusian athletes, while tennis governing bodies barred players from competing under the name or flag of either country following Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Since the start of what Russian President Vladimir Putin has called a special military operation last week, Russian and Belarusian teams and athletes have found themselves frozen out from international competitions across sports. Belarus has been a key staging area for Russia's invasion of Ukraine on Monday. The International Olympic Committee, IOC, Executive Board recommended sports federations ban Russian and Belarusian athletes and officials from competing. World Athletics responded by banning the two countries' athletes, support staff, and officials from all events for the foreseeable future. Its council also agreed to consider further measures, including the suspension of the Belarus Federation at its scheduled council meeting next week. The Russian Athletics Federation has been suspended from World Athletics since 2015 due to doping violations, and its competitors have not been allowed to compete under the country's flag at international events. World Athletics said the new sanctions also included Russian athletes who had the authorized neutral athlete ANA status in 2022. Now, Sean, I said maybe yesterday that what is happening right now will persist in the world of sport. And this might be the status quo now, where Russia is frozen out completely from participating, given that the nature of sport itself and the nature of international sports and international sporting bodies is about unity and peace. Russia is breaching that.
You know what? I told a friend just yesterday that much as I agree that people who were not part of this issue of Vladimir Putin and Ukraine are the ones suffering from it. The best way to curb the excesses of Russia is to debar their athletes from competing in any sport. Just yesterday, we spoke about Attack Moscow, thrown out of Europa League. Who says they could not get to the final? So RB Leipzig have a free passage to the quarter final. So by the time you start dealing with all other sports that we have Russians not taking part, they will revolt against Putin and say, excuse me, sir, allow us to get into our passion. And our passion is to compete in various sporting events. Just some days ago, Daniel Medvedev, the losing final at the last Australian Open, he surprisingly got world number one. Aside from the likes of Nadal, Murray, Djokovic, Federer, and all of a sudden, you will be debarred of that opportunity. And every other place where you see Russians taking part in anything, they throw them out. I think this is the way to go. By the time they do this, and the athletes are feeling it, that they are ejected from every competition, people will sit tight.
All right. Thank you, Shell. It's always a pleasure having you on Plus Sports on Plus TV Africa. Have a wonderful day. And to everyone at home, it's always a pleasure having you as well because without you, what would be the point? My name is Mukail Tinubu, and it's, as I said, life is never boring with some sports. Have a wonderful day.